Hey y'all, Steph here from Southern Sky Tea and Garden. It's a little different video tonight, but it is March 27th. It is approximately 47 degrees in Tennessee, but it says it feels like 38 degrees. To me, it feels like 30. Anything below 60, I'm freezing. I'm a West Coast gal by birth, period. And my mom was born in Kentucky, but still she moved out to the West Coast for a reason. So anyway, it was kind of a very interesting thing tonight because I thought I'd share with you how I try to save my plants from any frost damage. And I don't know if we're going to get a real frost tonight, but it is going to dip down to, you know, a little above 30 degrees again. So 37 or 32 is like freezing. So anyway, it's going to dip down to very, very cold temperature for me. And I just thought I'd share with you what I was noticing when I went out to the garden earlier and some of my, I'm trying to pronounce it right, but clonches. So they're the little plastic kind of bell-shaped coverings. I got a bunch of them from Dollar Tree one year. And they're very handy. They have a little vent up at the top and you can put sticks through them and kind of stake them into the ground and then close the vent up a little bit. So they're kind of cool, you know, for $1.25. It wasn't bad. And I bought like maybe $10 worth of them. Then to also cover plants, I'll save bottles from juices or water and cut off the bottoms and stick another stick through like the spout part of it, and also use those as coverings during a frost. And then I will also use like berry basket coverings. So depending on the height of the plants, I'll use those in various spots. And then to tell you the truth, I've actually even used some microwave, like the microwave coverings that you use for on your plates to protect the food from spattering. So microwave spattering plates. I'll also even use those because we've had some that just didn't do great, and they're also still BPA free. So I'm not so much worried about all of that outside because we're getting the air. You know, there's a lot of airflow happening. But anyway, I will reuse whatever I can use out of my garden to protect from frost, in addition to frost coverings, but we haven't gotten to that extent yet. But I did order shade cloth for the summer. I also have some like tulle type netting that I use, and that's around my blueberry plant. And even though I don't show all of that in this video, I still wanted to share with you what I was doing out in my garden to protect from any sort of frost damage. And then just some weird anomalies, because I put down those clonches, and even though they're supposed to kind of keep out the cold, it almost seemed like they were inducing the cold inside those, you know, clonch type interiors. So very interesting. But once you'll see that during the video, you'll see that I kind of put my finger inside of there, and it was just moisture that was built up, but it was almost really weird. It looked like rock salt or something, you know, but it didn't have any texture. It just had, you know, water type texture to it. And I just kind of smoothed it around and it was fine. But very, very interesting. It almost looked like I said, like a type of like rock salt or hail type, you know, water texture in there. So it was very interesting that happened. But just thought I'd document it for myself. And I always am thankful that anyone who tunes into my videos finds them interesting. And if there's any feedback you can ever share on anything or anything that you're doing out in your area, again, this is zone 7B. A couple of years ago when we moved here in 2019, it was 7A, and then they determined that things were warmer. But to me, this has been a very cold winter and spring. So again, but it's still zone 7B, you know, according to the experts out there. I don't know who they are, but they're out there. So there you go. So the next part of this video will be me flipping the camera around and going into the garden, and it may be a little bit dark, but thank you all for tuning in. And again, I'm just trying to document. I'm not shooting for perfection. So there you go. So y'all keep growing, and thank you for tuning in. So now I'm flipping the camera around, and I will try and show you the conches that developed all this ice on top of them, which is crazy. These are what I call the hot dog beds, and they're kind of oblong, like kind of hot dog shaped. So they come out with a round corner like that, and I've got 2 of them bunched up together. I also have 2 of them way over on the other side of our patio. I have 1 on each side, which I grow squash in and cucumber during the summer. So anyway, but these were this is where I put those on there, and this was so bizarre to me. They developed like almost ice on the inside of them, and it's not even that cold out. Crazy. And I'm gonna lift one up, and yeah, I'm just kind of scraping on the inside of it. It was just kind of cold, humid air that developed in there. But that's so crazy to me that that developed like that. So, okay, it's really not like, it looks almost like it's like rock salt, but it's not. It's just cold air that developed in there and kind of got a little frosty. So anyway, I was just curious, and I thought I'd share that on camera with you, my own experience of it. And it's really not rock salty. It's just like cold air that developed. But it just looks like rock salt. So, too funny. Oops, I gotta cover this little guy a little better. He got peeked out here. And I also mulched heavily today. Oops, let me get that in there. I don't want to take a chance of losing this sunflower. Okay, let me get that. So the leaf, oh goodness, the leaf is just like peeking out still. I'll come around this way, let's see if I can fix it. Because, you know, what they'll say is like, you can protect a plant, but then if it touches like cold air, like when you're trying to cover them from a frost, if it touches the cold frost, well then it's gonna die. So try to get that in there. Okay, all right, hopefully that's good. And I've been like mulching the leaves underneath and filling that in, and there we go. Okay, so that should help. But yeah, I'll back up here a little bit and show you what I did. So this whole bed is full of sunflowers, and I covered them with those conches. And then I also used like berry packaging that you get like from strawberries or blueberries. So I'll use those, and I put some little sticks in to, you know, keep them from blowing away, because we did get rain. We didn't get a lot of wind, but we did get rain. But you never know how it's going to be out here. I've had days where I think, oh, it's going to be fine, and then it's like a torrential storm and everything's blowing out all over the place. So anyway, we just batten down the hatches. So anyway, these are great. And then these are funny because they're also like, I forget what this cover was from, but it wasn't necessarily like a microwave type cover. I forget what it was, but anyway, they work out great for another type of conch. I know I'm not saying it right, but you know all what I mean. Just a little frost covering. And there's another one. And then we had some that we had got from like our microwave that just didn't hold up well. They're BPA free, but it's kind of like one of those that we used when it didn't hold up well for that purpose, original minted purpose. So anyway, just wanted to share with you what was happening out here. I'll give you a little nighttime view of the garden. My peas are just not coming along like they did last year. I'm not sure why. I did plant peas from bought seed and save seed. So I don't know. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of cold, a lot of up and down weather. I've tried to water, keep everything moist, yet things will still dry out a little. So, it's just a little bit of the struggle bus this early in the spring. So anyway, I am trying, but I'll have to look back on my videos, or you all check out my videos from previous seasons, and I had major pea plants going. I had it's like Jack and the Beanstalk. It was crazy the size of the bean plants I'm able to grow. It amazes me. This is a chive plant right here that went to seed and flower. So pretty. I'm going to pluck a few of those and put them in the ground also, so it continues to flower and seed. And I am embracing all of the volunteers. Oh, I'm going to step over here. And the reason I covered these, I just wanted to share with you all, is that I am growing lots of pepper starts in my garage grow station. But this is where I grew peppers last year, and they were very, very prolific, as you can go back and watch some of my videos of my garden tours. But I went down in here where these pots are. Oh, there's the other one. And I have peppers coming in from last year, so I'm very excited. So I went ahead and covered those and protected those. And I'm going to try to just baby those and have them coming in. So very exciting. Just really happy about that. And otherwise, the cilantro is coming in like crazy. I even seeded some more cilantro. And then I have all my beets and parsnip. And that's what I was saying. I have beets, parsnip, and some turnips that I planted. So everything is popping out and coming in. So we'll see what I get. And of course, they're closely planted together, so, we'll see what happens there. See if I need to thin out anything. And then I also have my sunflowers coming in there, and I have plenty of sunflowers, like I said, that I have all clonched here. And all these seeds are from seeds we saved from previous years. I just sprinkle them down, and this has become the main sunflower bed. So very excited. I have so many going in our garage grow station, but they got a little leggy, so I'm kind of very sensitive to putting them out until we hit our possible last frost date in mid-April, and then I'll feel a little more secure in putting those out. So I'm gonna have to, share a little bit more on how I'm trying to up pot those. And again, here's the wildflowers that I planted, and they're coming back again. And I don't even remember planting these wildflowers. They just kind of came into their own, but they are beautiful, and I'm just letting them happen. I nurture them. I added a few sticks in there for support, and I'm letting them do their thing. And I also planted some impatiens. I had some boxes of impatiens seeds from Dollar General that I bought, and one was busted open, and so I just started putting them down here and sprinkling them in. And it's a little hard to see in the nighttime now, but I actually do have some seedlings coming up from those, and that's very exciting. Oh, I might be able to see some right there. Yeah, there they are. See, there's some coming in there. And that's kind of cool. I'm sure with plenty of regular watering and sunlight that they're going to continue to come up in there, and that'll be kind of fun. So, you know, why not use whatever you got? And I sprinkled them pretty much everywhere. I had a whole box that had busted open, and I just sprinkled them again, like I said, everywhere. So, okay, y'all. Again, my main purpose of this was to share what was going on with my conchas. Again, I'm so sorry. I know I'm butchering that word, but I wanted to share what was going on with those because I thought that was so funny that they did that. And, oops, I thought that was so funny that they did that, and just wanted to share with y'all and document for myself. So, okay, y'all, have a wonderful evening. And I just wanted to share with you some nighttime gardening. I'm sorry that the lighting wasn't perfection, and I'm not a YouTube perfectionist, but I, again, am out here in Zone 7B, Middle Tennessee, Southern Sky TN Garden, and just trying to share with you what's happening in a Tennessee backyard garden. Hey y'all, Steph here. So I just wanted to follow up. It's the next afternoon, actually early evening. It's about 5 p.m. out here. And I just wanted to show you that everything survived okay. They're still covered, which they did fine during the day because we only were in the 60s today. And I'm going to leave them on for tonight because it's still going to drop down to 40 again. Hopefully it's going to warm up. I'm just not trusting the weather right now to bring a lot of things out because I'm still fearing there might be like a hard frost, you know, like early April. So anyway, but this one still has a lot of condensation in it. And that was the word I was like not using last night, but it was just a very like icy type looking condensation in my conchas here. So, gosh, there it is. You can see those. They were from Dollar Tree, like I said, for about $1.25 each. So I grabbed a whole bunch of them, and I still have more. And I use whatever I can to cover things, including, like I said, little fruit containers, old microwave containers, things like that. So anyway, but yes, I just wanted to show you that everything did survive. Things are looking very nice and healthy in here. Even a little bug is flying around in this one. Be free, little guy, be free. I'll have to set him free after this. So, okay, water bottles being used, whatever it takes, y'all. Whatever it takes to save the sunflowers, that's what we're doing. So anyway, just again, a short follow-up, and I hope you all just keep growing, feel motivated, tune into the channel, subscribe if you're not already subscribing, hit the notification button so you can see when I'm trying to upload new videos and share information with you. And I just bless you all and thank you all for tuning in, and keep up on your gardening journey. And like I said, just keep growing in every way.